Yes, major history, and after a brief hiatus, I returned to podcasting. This time, giving my commentary on current events in the news, which are there are some significant developments of late regarding the drug war in Mexico. Recent news has been announced that the notorious drug kingpin known as El Mencho has been killed while resisting arrest in, I believe, in the state of Guadalajara in Mexico. This drug kingpin has been wanted by the authorities in Mexico and in the United States. The United States government had put a $15 million reward for his arrest, and the United States government recently had defined his organization called the New Jalisco Generation Cartel as a foreign terrorist organization. This cartel has been the forefront of drug trafficking in the United States and elsewhere for the past for many years. Among other things, they're involved in human trafficking, smuggling, uh, as well as a myriad of other illicit activities, as well as drug importation or drug smuggling, which is their main source of revenue. This individual, Mr. El Mencho, paradoxically had never been arrested in Mexico himself, despite his extensive criminal record. He had been arrested in the United States and did several years in prison. Upon his release, he returned to Mexico to resume his illicit activities, forming his own organization from a splinter group, from a splinter cartel group. I believe it's called El Milenio. He founded it and have been leading it ever since. And this organization has established a reputation as the most significant drug cartel in Mexico, eclipsing its rivals, especially the infamous Sinaloa cartel, whose main leaders, El Chapo Guzman and El Mayo Zapata, are currently in custody in the United States in federal prison. And because of that, this Sinaloa cartel has fallen into infighting amongst rival factions with opposing allegiances to those leaders that I mentioned who are currently in the United States custody. And that cartel may be on the verge of disintegrating as a major factor in the drug organization cartels in Mexico. And this new generation cartel has stepped into the void and established itself as the premier criminal organization in Mexico. Mr. El Mencho's death has sparked violence across much of Mexico. According to a recent report, many members of the National Guard of Mexico has lost their lives in ambushes and attacks in his home state and elsewhere. This new generation cartel has been infamous for using militarized tactics, sophisticated weaponry, including drones, uh, rocket launchers, grenade launchers, high-powered rifles, and so forth. Become a formidable force, and it remains to be seen whether the Mexican government can continue this momentum and put a halt to their activities, if not curtail them altogether, which is really will be an uphill climb because this cartel is very well entrenched in various states. There was widespread use of fear tactics and corruption and other nefarious methods. Some analysts I have looked up on YouTube, criminologists have noted the fact that once the leader of various cartels is eliminated, their organization tends to fracture and fragment and exacerbates competition amongst the remaining leaders, and also other organizations might step into the void, which may cause an exacerbation, an explosion of violence, and that in the end it may prove counterproductive in curtailing this cartel's activities, new generation Jalisco cartel's activities. In my own personal perspective, I think that's a chance that has to be taken. When you look at past history, for example, the Pablo Escobar Medellin cartel in Colombia in the 90s, there are similarities between that cartel and this new generation Jalisco cartel in Mexico. For one, both the cartels were dominated by one individual who established no noticeable heirs to succeed him. They started these organizations and rule with an iron fist, and therefore it will be very difficult to supplant them, or anybody to succeed them. When the Colombian government finally eliminated Pablo Escobar, that organization never, to my knowledge, fully recovered the extent of their power, capability, organization, depth, and reach. That Medellin cartel gradually, not completely disappeared, but lost much of its original power and influence. And that same scenario might be the case in Mexico with the elimination of El Mencho, because he was also a very preeminent figure with nobody within that organization that had the same authority and presence. So, in my opinion, that could result in that organization's collapse if the Mexican government continues to pressure. There's no guarantee for that, but as I've mentioned before, it's well worth the chance of them taking, because the activities of this cartel has been very harmful both to the Mexican government, society, and also as far as the United States is concerned. And we'll have to see how it plays out. But I believe this is a significant development in the drug war of Mexico. May not be the end, but it could be the beginning of the end. Hopefully, anyway. So, thank you.